He made it complaint.
They show me live. Can you check the audio?
Yeah.
For me, brother? Yeah, it's getting cold again already. Shit. Man, yeah, I was feeling that last night, man. I was like, throat feeling like it's itching. I was like, oh, scratch it. I was like, oh, man. I ate something that gave me a stomach bug. I was puking. Audio good? All right. Beautiful. Man, popping up on my phone. They just monitor it as we go. Yeah, Babylon is done, man. Okay, there it goes.
Shake like that when you're done with it. I mean, where was he really going?
Testing, testing. Should be good. I mean, you said it was good. All right, maybe that's why. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakwadash. Want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Want to give, want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, we're back out here another weekend, and pretty much, the Most High, he's, Babylon is falling, and we see this place falling, man. It's falling morally, economically, at all levels. The Most High is taking this place out. While you Babylonian, you continue in the rat waste. We enter, this heavy demonic season of Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? It's this time of the year is heavily demonic. They're gonna do a whole lot of demonic sacrifices. And one thing I've been noticing a trend with these movies and stuff they be releasing, the shows, it's all about selling your soul. You know what I'm saying? The time we're coming into now, Babylon, we're still in the government shutdown. Can you get Matthew, I think it's verse 12, shorten the days. And believe it or not, we're 2 months away from 2026. So that's the Most High shortening the days. You got something?
Yeah, I got Revelation 18:2.
Yep. Oh, yep. Start at one, brother.
All right.
Just read some of that.
This is Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
That's right.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great, is fallen.
That's cold. That's cold word. All right. When the Most High spoke, he spoke in parables. Okay, meaning those parables had to be breaking down so you couldn't just be standing there and understand it. A lot of the things he spoke about, people didn't understand. The disciples had to wait till they were alone in private, and they had to ask him, what did you mean when you said this? Or what were you talking about when you said that? And then he broke it down to them. So the scriptures is written in code. So when it says Babylon the Great, it's talking about this place. Okay, what they call the West, the Wild Wild West.
Wow.
All right, and that's Babylon, good old US of A. And of course, we're speaking in code because they'll take the videos down, they'll flag it, they'll take your channel down.
And that too also is one of the reasons why he spoke in dark parables and in code, because it was for only for certain ears, which was the prophets, and then for a later time. So that, those prophecies will, be brought out by the prophets of modern times,
That's right, because you got to think, this was over 2,000 years ago. Okay, and when the apostles they heard, they heard the Lord, what he's talking about, what happened to him, then he rose from the dead. They was in the spirit like, oh shit, we about to fuck these Romans up.
Right.
But they didn't understand that they had to teach. Rome had to fall. We had to fall. Rome had to rise again. You know what I mean? So now we're in the times where the Lord's going to come back as a man of war. Back then he came as a lamb. You know?
And it says, and it's become the habitation of devils.
So that's cold too. You know what I mean? That's talking about after the nuclear destruction, this place is only going to be able to be inhabited by certain desert creatures. Hold that. I mean, because I want to go back here. Let's get your precept.
Book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 22. Except those days shall be shortened, there shall be no flesh saved. Saved.
That's right, because what's coming is a nuclear war, man. Everything is going nuclear. If you've been watching, paying attention to the news, all the talks are nuclear threats. I mean, these nations, they're popping their shit. Why? Because for the longest, the West have been bullying the whole world with their military might, which goes back to their blessing of what? The sword. Now, I mean, Esau's blessing is a sword, okay, and that goes down from his handgun, his ability to use his guns, because niggas, they have guns too, right? You hear YNs in Chicago talking about this is Chirac, we got switches, okay? But you don't realize you've been given the worst of the worst. Those bullets you got, they ain't shit. First of all, Esau gonna get surgical with it. Most are gonna put the spirit on him too. He got FMJ bullets, that's full metal jackets. Niggas don't really know about bullets and stuff, man. You don't know how to shoot somebody so-called innocent is always getting hit. Esau's not gonna miss. They're gonna put 2 in your chest and 1 in your head.
Got explosive rounds.
And they got
explode
bullets.
on impact.
And they got bullets that go around corners too.
And they got microwave weapons, drones and shit.
Heart attack guns.
You know,
Microwave guns.
you ain't just about to take down Esau, man. That's his blessing. You know, it's like you trying to get in the ring with Mike Tyson, but you a grappler.
Right, right.
You in the boxing ring trying to grapple.
Right.
You know,
Or it's your first day in the gym. You know what I'm saying? You unlearn, unskilled. The boxing is it's like a chess match. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're training your feet to move a certain way with your waist. You know, the way you fight southpaw or unorthodox. Yeah, man.
that's right, because you want to go from the body, you want to hit liver shots.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then you might go for the uppercut, knock him out.
Yeah.
You know, but what you're setting your opponent up, you're wearing them out. You know, and that's exactly what Esau is doing. Esau, it said that I will wear out. He said, wear out the saints. We are worn out in this society, man, because we're working all these fucking hours, but you don't own shit, man.
Right.
You don't own nothing, and you just try not working for a week. You'll have to be on the street, and then on top of that, what they're doing, they're making being homeless illegal. Then I saw another video, Lord, where I'm doing a lesson on it, and how these homeless people are missing, and around this time, they're sacrificing. It's a heavy demonic season. Just say around Halloween, October, a lot of people go missing. You know what I mean? Got it, bro.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 22. Except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Yeah, when you think about the food that we're eating, you know, you do the best you can. You know what I mean? But we push to get the best of the best because we've been oppressed for so long. All Jake knows noodles, hot dogs, you know, corn, Arab food, beef patties,
Ultra processed products, snack cakes, Little Debbie,
Poison.
you know, tater chips.
So now with the knowledge of the truth, we brothers started getting juicers and blenders. We started making our own protein shakes and eating more healthy,
Herbs,
getting into the
spices.
herbs, you know, and we started to do the best we can.
Right,
But even with that, it's still not good enough because
right,
everything's defiled here.
right, right.
You know, the air you're breathing got chemtrails in it. You wonder why you got shortness of breath or you're always sick. It's the environment that we're in. It's made to destroy us. And that's another way he's wearing us out. You know, so if the Lord do not speed the time up, we won't make it.
Yeah. Remember I sent the vid to the chat with Dr. Sebi son, and he was sent because they was asking him questions about the food. What should you avoid here in America? Because he was pushing heavy the food here. I think he lives in Ecuador or some shit.
Yep.
Some place. And he was like, well, to be honest with you, it's the soil. He said the soil has already been broken down to where it really don't matter what you grow in it. It's still gonna be fucked up. But he said you can't just stay away from the sugars and the rice and you know what I'm saying? Certain things, he was nitpicking like, okay, but the land is defiled.
And that goes back to the curse that the Most High put on Cain. Because what he told him, he said, can you get that, please? Genesis 4. I think you can start at maybe 6. Because I think he told me, he said, I'm going to curse the ground. Because because Abel was the keeper of the sheep, right? He was a shepherd. But Cain was actually out there working the field.
Right.
To this,
Sorry, that's also, if he's working the field, that's also a precursor of him being the servant.
Oh, yeah.
He saw it later on the later time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's foreshadowing. That's what you call foreshadowing. You know what I mean? You watch a movie, you see something, but then it comes up, oh, that's where I saw that.
Right.
Like a lot of these movies, they'll show you the end from the beginning.
Yep.
You know?
Okay. I'm going to start at one just to make the point from last week about a man being valuable and being born. So this is Genesis chapter 4:1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain. And she said, I have gotten a man from the Lord, Yahweh.
Yep, and the Most High is going to make men real precious in these last days. And if you've been noticing, the price of gold, Bitcoin has been going up, but we're mainly concerned with gold. Because the Most High said, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. And last week, that woman came by crying as we were reading that scripture. It said, thy woman shall born, shall have no helpers. Having no helpers, husbands.
Children.
So a lot of these women, they gonna end up just like the brother's dream. They gonna end up getting pregnant. Then their man gonna get sent to war, or whether ICE get them, whatever happens, they gonna just be out here. So they gonna need guidance, leadership, comforting. Because a lot of these people, they're in a state of hopelessness, man. Especially you women, and it's because you have shitted on your men. You don't believe in the Most High. You got the spirit of a witch on you.
Yeah.
Like literally, a lot of these women, they're into astrology and straight up witchcraft.
Yeah.
And
they go right to the door. They go right to the source. They go to Zaddy. Back to Eve 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Listening to, you know what I'm saying? The red, the serpent, red devil.
And Esau don't really like women. We can tell that by how society is set up.
Yeah.
Most of these societies, like when you look at the 1948ers, don't you know they're pretty much the biggest welfare state on the planet, and all your tax-paying dollars goes to these people, man.
Right.
And then over there, if that woman get pregnant, they're getting a monthly allowance. They get free health care, free school. Okay, so they're good. So guess what? Those people over there, they are having a lot of children. But that's what the scripture said. If children be multiplied, it's for the sword. So the Most High is setting their ass up for nuclear destruction. People in America ain't procreating. You're too afraid. You're like, shit, man, I'm barely surviving. I'm gonna take care of a child.
Right.
If you do got children, you constantly worrying about them and praying for the fucking school, the doctors, the school bus. Like you know, this is hell, man.
What it says the state shall raise your children.
Yep.
Because if you had multiple wives, then what you would have, a sister wife.
Right.
You have help.
You have
A system.
You have set them up like you stay home, you take care of the house. This one work, this one do. You set up different. And then we're able to work together and make this thing work.
Exactly.
But a lot of you dumbass women, you're so fucking selfish and jealous.
Yeah. Well, not just that, because I was dwelling on that either earlier or yesterday. I said, Esau is a fact, by nature. You know what I mean? He's funny by nature, because why wouldn't you want to have multiple women for one? And then it's like, that's why a lot of these women is bugged out, because they can't find a man, because it's a limited amount of men. Exactly. There ain't enough good men to go around. So now because you could be vibing with multiple females. Say you in the room and you could tell, okay, this chick like me, this one like me.
Mm-hmm.
I want them more. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But they think, oh, well, only one of us can get them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now they fighting amongst each other. Now woman hate woman. And now they think, okay, you know, polygamy is a crime here.
Yeah, and
You know
Esau,
what I'm saying?
it goes back to Exodus because he said,
I was thinking
he
that.
said, let us deal
Deal
wisely
wisely,
with them,
yeah.
and he don't want us procreating.
Right.
You
Right.
know, goes back to Exodus, man.
Yeah.
Shit crazy.
That's crazy. I was just pop in my head.
Yep, it goes back to that.
Yeah.
You know, he know what he's doing, man.
Right.
But it's also affecting you now, because now you ain't procreating. Now you and the way it works, your woman don't want you. They'll get with you because you got a little money. You know, Jake don't be having money like that. But who they're desiring, who they're lusting after, they get.
She'll go with a rich man, but she'll cheat on him with Jake.
Yeah, and guess what she's doing? She having Jake babies and passing off as his.
Yeah.
Plus giving her husband hard working money to the Jake. You're like,
Right.
hey, baby, I got to start giving him. I know some Jake that was getting money out of the white chick from they dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Giving them $10,000, all types of money, man. You know, in the world, but he was staying on his feet in the drug game because
Right.
taking money from him.
Cars and shit.
Yep.
These Edomite women, they'll take care of you. It's a shame because they're the enemy, right? But they treat us better than our woman.
Yeah.
The heathen woman treat us better than our own woman. So I'm mad if I see Jake with a heathen, and that's all I see. That's all I see. I see Jake with the heathen woman.
But you know who is, man? The Esau. I just watched this one video called State of Hate. And this devil, this motherfucker had his horns out on showcase like a buckhead, you know what I'm saying? But he basically said it burns his blood, it boils his blood to see a white woman with a black dude. And he's like, he confessed on killing Jake Baby. Like he said he murdered. He said he was a child murderer. He said he killed an 18-month-old black baby, tied him up to tied one hand behind his back. Something had him bent over, put a water hose down his throat with barbed wire in it, and filled it with water. And he said, what the baby was, what else was the kid gonna do but take the other hand and pull it out? And he said he wouldn't make it past the second barbed wire coming out. That's how evil these devils is, man. And he confessed on camera saying he did this shit down in Mississippi, man. Yeah, that's the hatred we dealing with, man. So, you know.
And that shit is being turned up.
Yeah.
And a lot of them is ICE agent. Let's keep going in Genesis.
No. Verse 2, and she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep.
See, that's foreshadowing. He was a shepherd. Who else was
Right.
a shepherd? Saul, David,
Yeah.
right? The first kings of our nation were shepherds. And who's called the good shepherd? Yahweh Shai.
Exactly.
You know, so that being a shepherd is a very spiritual job or position, if you will.
Right.
Because the sheep are like people. That's why they call them sheeple.
Right.
It's a bit like being a ruler of it. And I believe Moses too,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You know?
With Abraham, Lot. You know what I'm saying?
I think Job as well.
Right.
How y'all doing?
Yeah,
Hey, what's up, bro?
And that's you also being your brother's keeper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No.
Oh, no, thank you, bro. I wish I had some change for you, bro.
Yeah, good.
No,
brother,
man.
That's yours. That's what y'all doing. You know,
Yeah.
I know what's going on. Yeah.
You know the
man,
name of the
yeah.
most? You know the name of the Most High?
Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yeah. That's the Father, the Son, Yahweh Shai.
All right.
Call on those names.
Okay, brother.
That's the spirit. What it says, the woman who gave, you know,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
she
yeah.
had was a little, but she gave that, and I
The
was like,
most. It was the most out of all the riches. Because she had very little. So that was a lot for her to give, you know, all she had.
yeah, I left my change in the car with her, hooked them up. But may the Most High bless them.
Yeah, that was beautiful, man. He put a reverse
On
You
us.
know what I'm saying? You know, request.
You really give us that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, may the Most High bless them, man. That's been happening a lot lately, you know. And the Most High, you know, and that's gonna happen more and more. The Most High gonna put the spirit on these people to hook us up.
Yeah.
You know,
That's very spiritual, but that's gonna be what in a most critical point in time, which is Jacob's trouble, being pilgrims. You know what I'm saying? You know, being out living off the land. You know,
I had a dream about Ishmael gave me a spot to stay in this basement above the store, looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Things like that's gonna happen.
yeah.
The Most High gonna put the spirit on them to do it.
yeah,
Like you ever been in a situation the Most High just tapped into somebody and made them help you?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm doing this, but you know, the Lord, I had a cop tell me that.
Yo, that's crazy,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, he let me go on some, you know, it was some bullshit anyway, you know. But he was like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but you know, I think you had a story.
Yep,
I might be telling your story.
Similar to that too.
But no, I had some police let me go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that, you know, getting the police off the hook, because, you know what I mean? Those would be either like, you know what I mean? Israelites, or the Lord just using them to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have my enemies be at peace with me.
Yeah, that's crazy that y'all,
You know?
Cop said that same thing to me one time. You know, something, one of my shit wasn't registered at that time. You know, he was like, I don't know why I'm doing it. He said the same thing.
Yeah.
He said, man, but go ahead, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you
Right.
go. Just get that fit.
Yep.
Yeah,
This was some years ago though.
Yep.
Before the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Most High put the spirit on them and be like, man, you know, lay up.
Yeah.
Because what it says, if thou do evil, be afraid. But if you're doing good, the Most High gonna have to, because that's going to the Lord's word.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if they were to roll up right now and be like, move, all right, we move.
Right.
Because, you know, being no powers that be. You ain't about to, like these Wi-Fi, they out there fighting Esau and shit. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Yeah.
Like he's not the eater. Like what they shit like that's gonna get the ministry blamed.
Right.
Like, you know, we ain't, you know,
Come on, Wi-Fi, right?
yeah, Watchmen for Israel down there in Memphis. They went where Edomites are out there drinking, having a good time, and then they fucking with those. You don't do that, man. You just come out and teach.
I don't like that, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That dude what's his name?
I forget his name.
His name means Avenger.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll come back. I've named somebody that. I was like,
McQuam.
Laquan. Yeah,
Okay.
Laquan.
Yeah, I think that's the head of a Watchman for Israel.
Yeah.
But they're going off because they don't teach the chip. But I think they learn from Zabak too.
Yeah.
They're going to come around. You're going to see a lot of these Israelites, they're going to come around. Because it's going to be too in your face.
Right.
But that pride, they're going to have to, oh shit, Great Millstone was right.
Right. Right.
You know?
Trying to quick reset, compare back to what you just said. This is Galatians 6 and 9. And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not.
Yeah, and that's what ultimately doing the work. You know, reading, studying, coming out here in the highways and hedges, doing the videos throughout the week. You know, it's you know, it's like a job that you gotta constantly stay on top on, because as a watchman, stuff is always happening. It's always something to talk about. You know. And if we keep, like, if the Lord's to come back now, we'll be blessed because the Lord will find us doing the work. It actually says that, you know. Back in Gen.
And it says, but Cain was a tiller of the ground.
Meaning what? He was working out in the field. Okay. And that's spiritual, because in the near future, your ass is going right back to the field. We only, you know, I speak as a man, but we're months away from this shit ending.
Wow.
We don't got much longer. You know, we gotta go through this winter, but the Lord be with us in the winter, man. Most High be with us. You know,
So it can be a mild winter. You know, we don't have a few of those where it snowed little, very little. Wasn't that cold? You know, damn near spring like. I'm like, damn, no global warming.
that's just a blessing. Because those winters, some winters could be harsh.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Those polar vortexes. Like that should be like -50. I said, holy shit, the heat ain't working.
Blizzards. Remember a couple years ago on Christmas Day, shit, it was people freezing to death in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Because they had a blizzard.
Yeah.
They found people froze outside.
In their car.
Right.
Especially on Jake's sister.
In the heat, yeah. Well, because you know, they ain't take heat, you know what I mean, to the storm warnings and shit. But Esau had you on edge like you got to go to work.
Right.
These devils will really look at you like, yeah, you supposed to come to work in a fucking blizzard and shit, man.
Right.
Damn, devil. And it's verse 3. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord Yahweh.
And he knew what to bring. Because think about it. Adam raised them up.
Right.
Adam, and how did Abel knew what to bring, but he didn't. You know what I mean? He said in his own mind, you know, I'm in the servant in the field, so I'm gonna bring this.
Right.
But Abel had the sheep already, so Abel like, you know what? I'm gonna give the Lord my best sheep.
Right. Right.
So Abel was in the right spirit. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that goes back to Esau having the spirit of being disobedient.
Right.
And he mad because you are obedient.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, he wanted to give in his best to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And he got jealous of his. Ain't that crazy?
All right, brother.
Hey, shalom, shalom.
You too, brother. So how are you upset because you a slacker and I'm actually doing what I? That's a crazy mind job.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, brother? Say it again.
What's them?
No, Israelites.
Hebrew Israelites, brother.
For what?
Huh?
12 tribes.
The Holy Bible. Yeah.
Another something?
Huh?
Life?
Yeah.
Life what? Picture?
The Holy Bible, the Most High. You got YouTube?
YouTube?
Yeah.
You Muslim? You
That
Muslim?
might be it, Jake.
You Arab?
Jesus.
Yahweh
That's
Shai.
fake Jesus he pointed at the time. Yeah, that's who they put up. That's not according to the scripture. Huh? You think what, man?
You're طالعين لايف انت عن صوتك يا جحش. على اليد.
No, this is a false image. He's the devil. The shaitan. Satan.
شيطان.
Shaitan. Yeah. That's the so-called, that's the white man. So-called white man. That's the red devil. That's a bad man right there.
What you think about the Gaza?
Do you do live now?
Yeah.
Live for what?
On YouTube. The channel name? This,
Which live?
Follow.
see if I can find it for
Do
you.
you do live picture Instagram or something?
No, only YouTube.
We have follower?
Yep.
What y'all know about the Gaza, the Jews,
There you go.
the Jewish people
Damn.
over there? How y'all feel about that?
I don't do that.
Huh? You think it's wrong with what they doing?
You know what's that?
No.
What?
Israelite.
Israelite. Hebrew Israelite.
Oh, something.
Well, we're the original people from Israel.
We're everywhere though, so you
Yeah.
might be of our
Israel?
people.
We're the original people from Israel.
You know that, right? That's not their land.
I need the live. Live now.
Let me see.
Alive?
See if I can find it.
He want to see himself.
نعمل هذه مع الشيطان.
There you go.
هذه مع الشيطان.
Yep.
But that's crazy because he looked like Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like a Blake, but you talking Muslim, right?
Islamic.
You talking Islam?
Yeah.
Arabic.
Arabic?
Yeah.
Arabic. Wow, see, you don't look Arabic. You look like you could be, a white guy. But he's got the Blake Griffin son look.
This is our channel. We're live right now.
Where you from? You from Palestine?
Syria.
Syria. Oh yeah.
Syria.
Elam. I think Elam. Maybe Asher. Got it? All right, go back.
All
in
right, brother. We're gonna carry on. And
I was gonna land back off what you were saying about Cain.
You see,
here. Okay. Let me bring this
the
precept
live
up.
is not good.
No good. Can you check it again? Sometimes they mess with us,
لأنه ما عندك حركة ما عندك حركة باي
It's not just us.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
your Wi-Fi. Okay.
yeah.
The internet. The internet. All right. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
All right. Bring that up.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do? Declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth.
You break it down, brother.
Yeah, that is going back, like
Go ahead. Try this one too. When you get Wi-Fi, just put in GMS
I did follow you.
Israelites. All right. We teach the Bible.
I follow you.
Okay. All right. You should be able to put it in your language too. Translate it. I'll go ahead and bring that again.
All right. The book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
That's Esau. Because growing up, you would think that this is God, but that's the great deception. That's what his job was to do. He was let loose out the caves to deceive the whole world, and his main tool of doing that was religion. Come to find out that man's a homosexual, and the dude that painted him was his lover.
That's great.
Or
Shalom, peace.
or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth.
Right, and that's Esau. He took the covenant. He think he's the people of the Most High. Billy Graham, Joel Osteen.
Right.
If you ain't know better, you would think like, man, these is God's people.
Peter Popoff.
Even that, just laying back what y'all was saying about Cain. You know what I'm saying? When he was given the order to give out a certain sacrifice, he came back with, you know what I'm saying? So he came back with some vegetables and fruits. You know what I'm saying? So that means he cast the word even back then. Like you're saying, he was rebellious. He cast the word of Lord commandments behind his back. He didn't care about it.
Yeah.
So he came back as who? Esau did the same thing.
Regeneration.
He didn't give a right sacrifice.
Birthright.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sacrifice his own birthright just for some uncooked meat.
Right.
So that lets you know he's profane. He's outside the temple. He's always been.
He's temporal.
Yeah.
And carnal.
Yep. Just like
About the now.
Yep. Just like I said about it was an interview that what's his name? John Wayne said. He said, I'd rather be first in hell than be second in heaven.
Wow.
So basically he know, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my kingdom. I'd rather get mine now.
Right.
Because I know where I'm going next is not going to be
Profitable.
me.
For them.
Yeah.
That YOLO spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But I was at work, and we switch out vehicles and shit. So I know a Edomite put it on the channel on the station, so I'll be listening to their shit sometimes just to see what they be into. And this motherfucking song came on. I don't know what genre of music it was, but anyway, the lyrics. This fucker gonna say, "Don't waste your time praying, looking for a sign." I said, this is like these new songs is even demonic. So they're getting further and further away from, believing in what? Prayer, the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of just like gets you in like a little glimpse of, their mindset.
When this shit go down, a lot of these people, they going to be in the spirit of cursing Jesus.
Right.
And, the Most High, because they're going to be catching so much hell.
Right.
Oh, God, how did you let my family become homeless?
Right. Died.
Why did
my baby died? Got killed.
Especially when the nukes come, they're not going to repent from the judgment that the Lord is bringing. They going to become more emboldened.
Right.
And the Most High going to put
Rage.
more curses on you.
Right.
Have demons get you.
Yeah, because we know that judgment can be three parts. It could be something that child did in his past life. It could be something that the parent did. You know what I'm saying? Or it just could be something that,
Gotta go through.
it's just something that, it's a reality. You know what I'm saying? It's a judgment either way it go. You know what I'm saying? So we realize that. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna curse the Lord and ask why.
Well, that's why it says knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times.
Yeah.
Because we understand when these things happen,
Yeah.
because we're going to be here too. So if they happen to us, we know it's call upon the Lord, and the Lord's going to make a way somehow.
Right.
Brothers been through some stuff, man.
Right. Right,
And,
right.
and now brothers are okay.
Yeah. I mean,
No complaints.
to be honest, I mean, I know that, what I mean, us being here ain't by coincidence, you know what I'm saying? But from how you doing, man? But from a carnal eye, from in the world, I should have been dead. The kind of shit we was in,
Yeah,
I
right,
speak for
exactly.
myself as a man, I should have been. I should have been dead. I almost got killed a couple times.
There's been a lot of times the Lord
You
could
know
have
what I'm
took me
saying?
out, but he said, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm leaving him here to
Yeah.
give him,
He just give you a smack on the hand, like you better stop.
Yeah.
I see you, like I allow you to do certain things, but now
Right.
you're going too far.
Right.
I got a lot
right.
of those hitting on the hand myself, a little tap on the hand, like.
Well, it was for now. It
Yep,
was
yep.
it was for the testimony. Now, you know what I'm saying? Because and it says don't let your sins wear you down.
Yep.
And some brothers think that they too far gone, like they don't did so much that ain't no way the Lord can't forgive them.
and that's what Satan wants.
You know,
Because one thing about, going back to that movie, him, what they try to do to this man, that's what they do.
Right.
They try to get you so far gone
Right.
to where it's like, ain't no coming back. I got to sell out.
Then that's when you
Oh, spirit, Zion.
Right.
See, that's the spirit,
Oh,
man.
yeah. And that's when you go back to the scriptures, read about Paul. Paul was persecuted, killing him. You see how Yahushua brought him on the other side, forgave him. He became one of the top apostles, like the top disciples.
That bus say 1,000 Zion. That's spiritual.
Right.
Because it said, that's in Revelation. It said, I saw a lamb stood on Mount Zion with 144,000. That's spiritual, man.
Very heavy.
So that's all you gotta do is read that count.
Yeah.
Paul forgave him.
It's a lot of accounts like that.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
top one is King David.
David.
And it's
Yeah.
the greatest lesson you could get out of that is that it said David was a man after the Most High's heart, but he still went off because it wasn't really him, it's the flesh.
Right.
So a lot of things you do, you'll go off, but it's your flesh, not your spirit. Your spirit wants to do good and serve the Lord, but it's the spirit versus the flesh. So it's like, you take a shot, the flesh gonna take a shot. Because it's one against the other.
Right. And it's for appointed times too, because you might not fare well on this side. You know what I mean? Just like with King David. You know what I'm saying? His hand, he had so much blood on his hands, he couldn't, you know what I'm saying, enter into the temple. You know what I mean? So the Lord will keep you, on a certain level, if you will, you know what I'm saying, until a further, appointed time, So his came actually, I guess it'll be when he comes back and sit on the throne as king again, Israel.
And that's an example to our whole nation. The Most High, he could have mercy on who. That's what makes it so scary.
Right.
He can have mercy on who he want to.
Right.
So you can't look at somebody's past or what they've done and say, "Oh, you're
right."
Yeah, you through.
Right.
There's no comeback for you.
Nope.
Yeah. or the polar opposite. Motherfucker might look like they went in and the Lord dealing with them and you know what I'm saying? But we all seen it happen, you know what I'm saying? So-called great men that we followed, looked up to, have fallen, you know what I'm saying? That's the trick bag. That's the scary part. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta tread lightly. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying?
Just pray that the Most High be with you.
Right.
And from what happened, man, like I said, the testimonies brothers got, that boosted your faith. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabrakatah. Go back to Genesis.
It says, verse 4, and Abel he also brought of the firstlings.
See, he knew what to bring, man.
Right.
And the Lord requires what? A lamb without blemish.
Right.
That's what Yahweh Shai was.
Right.
Or is,
Right. And it said of his flock, right? The first fruits. And of the fat thereof, and the Lord Yahweh have respect unto Abel.
Right, yeah, because he followed, he did what he was supposed to do. The Lord's like, okay, I'm gonna honor your sacrifice, I'm gonna bless you. Wow.
Yeah.
That's just like us. If we endure to the end,
Right.
we'll be honoring, and the Lord say, you know what, I'm gonna protect you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna deliver you.
Right.
Even if you are a martyr, Even if you're get in prison, don't be afraid.
Right.
Because the things that's going to happen to these people, the Lord's going to make sure they don't happen to his elect. That's why it says, then shall it be known who is my chosen.
Right.
Because no time people going to be looking at us like, man, why are you in a good spirit? Like, you so
Right.
calm,
Oh my
you
God.
smiling.
Yeah.
Why you
Yeah.
ain't bugging out?
Somebody said that to me at work Friday. It was like I forgot what I was doing. Either I was whistling or like, like singing a hymn or something. Just something, you in good spirit. And it was like, well, you seem to be in good spirits. I said, I'm always in good spirits. I just don't always let my sunshine, ray.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you gotta keep it to yourself, because people will get mad because you feeling good.
The demons on them.
Yeah, just because you woke up on the wrong side of the bed or having a bad start of your day. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming in, all right. I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing, what they say, better than some, worse than others, but I'm doing all right. But the demon won't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So,
these people, they see you in a good mood, man. They see you glowing.
Yeah.
Brothers be glowing. The demons. I see people that at work.
Right.
I'm just in the good spirit.
Right.
Demon just looking at me with scrunched up face. I'm like, I ain't do this, man. Nothing.
Right.
Why is you looking at me like that?
Right.
Because it's a spiritual thing. These people, they don't want to see you.
Right.
They want to see you, and they want to see you in distress like they are.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
why is he happy?
Yeah.
You
And they come to find out it's the damned if you do, damned if you don't spirit, because they don't want to see you happy. And then they still talking shit when you're doing bad.
Yep.
It's crazy. You can't win. But I was gonna say that's like in the world when you do a solid or when you silence, really Benjamin said respect, Dret. You know what I mean? Respect, brethren. But that's the Lord. He was telling Abel, you know what I'm saying, respect. You know what I'm saying? And it says, verse 5, but unto Cain and to his offering, all right, it says,
And Cain means weapon, by the way.
right,
So that goes back to his blessing. That's why I think he had a son named Tubal Cain, which means a traveling weapon, like a mercenary, if you will, walking around, a hitman.
Artificer, right?
Well, yep. I believe that's like someone who makes weapons. But
Yeah.
Tubal Cain, he was more like a mercenary. You know what I mean? Like a hitman.
higher.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's a murder for hire, a gun for hire. They say nowadays.
Like in the Wild Wild West, those gunslingers.
Yeah.
Bounty hunter. Yep.
Yeah. And it says he had not respect, right?
Yeah, because there ain't no, what it says in Hebrews, it has to be purged by blood.
Well,
There ain't no blood in cabbage, watermelon, shit
Right.
like that.
Right.
It's just fruit that the Lord made for a man, for the
Right.
service of man. Lord requires blood.
Right.
That's why he gave his only begotten son,
Right.
so his blood could be shed.
Yeah.
And we have to have, that's the Day of Atonement. That's what that's about. You have to be covered in the blood of the Lamb.
Right.
When the Lord gave his men the why, he said, you must eat my flesh and drink my blood. And on the left-hand side, these devils they actually drink blood
Right.
from
Right.
infants,
Right.
people,
Right.
virgins. They actually do stuff like that.
Right.
But they're mocking the right-hand side.
Right.
It wasn't actual blood that they were, it was wine,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, because it's an offering.
that blood is like a real covenant that you make,
Exactly.
just like how Moses had to spread, sprinkle the book with the blood on it.
Yeah.
So that means you serious, you connected now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just it's more deeper than just sprinkling the blood. It's more to making that
It's a
permanent
contract. Yeah.
Just like they say, when you write a contract, put it in blood.
Put it
nigga.
in blood.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I was like, we was little, you know what I'm saying? But one of my childhood buddies, I think we saw it on the movie, but you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you would cut your hand.
Yeah.
I think it's in the scripture. I may,
Yeah, I think so.
But you'll cut your hand, each hand, then you'll shake on it.
Yep. I think Gad is known for that too.
You know what
A
I'm
lot of Native
saying?
Americans,
Yeah,
Reubenites,
yeah.
they actually do that. They'll cut, then they'll dap up. But that certifies like a blood
Contract,
covenant.
blood. Yep, exactly.
It goes back to these own celebrities, these rappers. They made that blood contract with Esau.
Yeah.
That's why they can't. You know, once you cross that blood contract, death. That's why a lot of stuff be happening to them.
Yeah, you start exposing them.
Yep.
Like going back to the movie Him. You know, the guy, that's a very spiritual movie, man. What I got out of it is what Paul said, know you he that run the race, no not, they all run it.
Money,
But they do it for a corruptible crown.
crown. Yep.
So they're doing it for championship ring,
Right.
trophy,
Right.
you know what I mean, heavyweight belt. What we're doing is similar to what they're doing, but we're doing it for an incorruptible crown
Right.
because we keep our body in subjection and abstain from certain things, and
Right.
just like they would do. Like he told them, you watch the movie Him, I think his name was Cam, and the dude, Marlon, he played Isaiah White, was that spiritual. Everything was spiritual. He played for the San Antonio Sabres. And the team that broke his leg was called the Atlanta Masons, which shows you that a lot of this stuff is rooted in masonry and satanic worship, you know. But, going back to that movie, guess what they made him do? They made him drink blood. But and when he drank the blood, that's when Isaiah White, he got like rejuvenated.
Damn.
So it's all left hand rituals, man. Satanic sacrifices and shit that they do.
Man, blood suckers, huh? Shit going on down there.
And at the end, he ended up, they tried to make him sell out, but he didn't sell out. He started slaying the elites, you know?
And Cain was very raw.
That's Esau.
Rothschild.
Yep. He got to see, now he was rock, but he was the Mosai and Abe. He was pissed off,
Wow.
you know? That's the way he is now. He's mad. He's like his kingdom, he think he's going, you got to remember, he in the spirit, he's going to rule forever,
Wow.
you know? But now that he's fallen, he wants to blame Jake. That's what this whole ICE thing is about. Well, you let these illegals in the country in the first place under the Biden administration.
Wow.
But now under Trump, you want to reverse it. We see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Putting troops in all major cities where Israelites are,
Yeah.
because they're getting, something's coming.
Yeah.
Where it's going to be an economic collapse, because we're already in the shutdown, I think like 11 days in. And a lot of people are not being paid. So they have to work, but they're not being paid. A lot of people are being furloughed. A lot of people are just losing their jobs. And we're coming upon the cold. Well, this is not a time for you to not be working, because you got to pay your heat, rent and shit.
But that's just the way for Esau to rob Peter to pay Paul. Because they do stuff with your money at night when you sleep. Because I looked at my bank account and I had some money on there. I'm like, where does fucking money come from? You know what I'm saying? Then when I, get up in the morning and check it again, that shit be gone. I said, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So Esau be playing with your money, be making deals and shit, paying off certain debts. And then like they going through it now, you know what I'm saying? They'll pay you your money next paycheck and tax you twice.
That's why these banks, they don't have the money. Let's say you put $50,000 in the bank, they're loaning that shit out with interest, so they're making money off your money, and you go to withdraw that $50,000, you can't get it because they don't have it because they've been lending it out.
Yeah.
And a lot of these banks are closing down. They've been closing down.
Yeah.
Back in Argentina.
Yeah.
Fuck they got.
Oh, spirits. I had a precept,
Oh, go ahead.
But I don't want to go because I was too far ahead. No.
Okay.
It was about, the covenant, making that covenant. I was going to go to 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, about the body of,
Yeah, but no, that's true though, because that's the scripture going to saying blood defileth the land, and the only way to cleanse it is the blood thereof of him who shed it.
Yeah.
So that's showing you that blood can either defile something or it can make an atonement for it, right? Cleanse it, right?
But that's that movie Poltergeist, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like they pulled their house on Native American burial ground, and they started getting plagued with demons and shit. So that shows you that this land is completely cursed.
Right.
Rightfully so.
Oh, that's crazy. Whoa. He got the two-faced laugh.
Notice he got by. He was when he got here. He got louder, man, because this word coming out.
That remind me of that movie Ghost.
Right.
You know,
Right.
keep going, brother.
Tormented. And his countenance fell. Right? Had the shit face.
He coming over here.
And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen?
Right, because you knew what to do.
Right.
All you had to do was copy Abel's
Yeah.
homework. And then it wasn't like it was a secret.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a rhetorical question. You know what I'm saying? The Lord already knew the answer. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to see what he was going to say. His rebuttal, even though he knew. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you want to play stupid, I'm going to play dumb. Right? And it says, verse 7, if thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest well, and if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
And that's Esau. And look at America.
Right.
You know? That's what's pushed in your face all day. Ads, titties, pornography, sex. What they say, sex sells, right?
Yep, sex, money, murder, drugs.
Drugs. A lot of these rappers, they don't even fucking do drugs, but they'll make a fire-ass song about doing drugs.
50 Cent. Bottles in the club. He said he don't drink or smoke. What kind of shit is that, man? False advertisement, man. No?
So it's just entertainment, right? But not for these people. They're literally on drugs, especially the youth. You know, on Fetty and the fit fold. You got something to call the fit fold. When motherfuckers are just leaning.
Damn.
they didn't have some fentanyl, man.
Right.
That's just like taking over, especially Esau. But that's good. That's what you call karma, right?
Right.
Because you had crack on our people in the 80s.
Right.
But now Esau, he's falling victim to fentanyl, you know?
Right. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Verse 8.
And if you want to sell your soul, who you go to?
Right.
You gotta go through the elites. You can't just, because that's on the left-hand side, that's who Satan's dealing with. You know what I mean? You can't just say, I'm gonna sell my soul. You gotta sign it.
You gotta have a buyer.
You don't have a contract with Esau.
Right.
That's what our people do.
It's like vice versa with this truth. You come in this truth, you made a covenant, you can't go back into the world.
Right.
Right? I bring out a precept.
Yep.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 24. And when he had given thanks, and he brake it and said, take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you.
And that represents the bread. And that's twofold because the Lord, he got scourged, he got whipped. When I was younger, I seen the Passion of the Christ. Different movies like that. You see what the Lord went through. But that he went through that so that we could get repentance, so that we can be brought back. So when you eat that bread during the Passover, that represents his body.
Right.
We're not actually eating his body.
Yeah.
Well, we are because we eat the lamb.
Yeah.
But it's not like the world teaches it. It's not cannibalism.
Right.
For you, this is the remembrance of me. Verse 25. After the same manner also he took the cup, and when he had supped, saying, This is the cup. This is the cup of the New Testament in my blood. This do ye often as you drink it in remembrance of me.
Right, and that blood was for the remission of sins. Which represents not actual blood, but wine. And the Lord said, give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish.
For often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and the blood of the Lord.
So it's very serious.
But let a man examine himself, so let him eat of that bread and drink of this cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily, drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body.
So we don't need to have a sacrifice. We don't actually need to buy a lamb and we already have the sacrifice. It's Yahweh Shai. No, you want to speak on it?
Yeah, because that's what it was going back to how Esau got Jake in that covenant. Because once you're trying to break that contract, now you got death coming in. The same thing in this truth. Go back into the world, said you want to drop, take your hands off the plow, go back into the world, you got death coming in.
Well, that's like the movie The Long Walk. 'Cause
Walk.
the way he told me, he said they had to keep walking. They don't know. They pretty much you have to endure to the end because if you stop, they gonna kill you.
Yep.
As the Lord said, no man put his hand to the plow if you look back.
Back.
You ain't fit for the kingdom. You know.
Yep. So even in the world, you got a covenant. You make covenants with death. That's why he said it's gonna be disannulled. But he's gonna take Jake out of that covenant. What we got with Esau, that's the 2/3 because you want to have life and riches, your consolation on this earth. On this side, now you got to die for it. Now that's the sacrifice. They got to go through that burning fire.
You know what else that movie him shows you? It doesn't matter how talented you are. If you don't do this one thing, you're not gonna make that. We make you talented. We get you exposure. We get you endorsements. It's the sacrifices that you got to keep doing.
But it says, do not envy those that have gotten riches through ill-gotten gain. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's self-explanatory. Ill-gotten, ill will, sick, perverted, perverse,
That goes back to the Rothschilds when they fight dealings, man. Business dealings, man.
Right.
How they was, put people in debt. And once you can't pay it off, they trying to take you off, take what you got, whatever. They was doing that shit in the past, going to country to country, doing it. They was getting put out, getting kicked out everywhere they go because they dealings. They was thieves, they robbers.
Well, they had insider information. So they knew that the certain industry was going to collapse. There's laws against that now. That's like if you got stocks and stuff, and somebody, it's a tipster tip you off that work inside, say, yo, it's looking real bad. You think, you might want to pull your stock out right now before it crashes.
But that's like that movie Trading Places.
Yep.
That was showing you. So they're able to manipulate the stock market and Bitcoin and the dollar to their advantage.
Exactly.
And you got to be in the know to know when to put your money in and when to pull it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whenever Jake is able to figure it out, because they flip it on you. They like, nope, nigga, this is our world.
But ultimately, it's the Lord doing it, because it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So we had all that prominence and dominance, then we will be the wicked. So I ain't envious of it. You can have it, Esau. You know what I'm saying? Because for what? We got eternity coming. You know
Like Jake don't think they can beat the white man out of this game. You ain't gonna beat the person that created the game.
Right.
It's like the drug game. You put the drugs in the hood, the guns and all that in the project. That's his game.
Right.
You think you're gonna get out? Well, I'm gonna do it different this time.
People always like to big up like Freeway, Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Or you like to big up
Rick.
what's the other guy? There's a lot of names. Big Meats.
Let
Look at him
him
now.
move.
The niggas, him and his son are broke.
Right.
You know what I mean? 50 Cent gave his son that money with the movie showing, but now they're broke. He just he looked like a old ass young nigga.
That's
Literally.
crazy.
That's what he looked like. He looked like, but that's what happens when you go to jail at a young age, or you come out. You come out with that same mind. You think about partying when you get out. All the women you could be with, because you didn't have a chance to do it. So now you're just an old ass young nigga with that same mindset. So guess what he's gonna fall back into? Same shit he know.
Well, that's what they say. It says the criminal, the criminal system, the criminal prison system doesn't correct anything. It just teach you how to become a smarter criminal. So now you in there networking with other criminals you could be from New York. Now you down there, you in somewhere in the feds with some nigga from DC, the kingpin from DC,
California,
nigga from California, Philly. Now y'all talking about when I get out, yo, go see so and so. I gotta connect. Go see so, you know what I'm saying? So that correction system, that shit is not correct.
It's not made to correct. It's made to make you worse.
Right.
It's actually made to kill you.
Exactly. Yeah, literally, you could die in there.
That's why the scripture says many depths of Satan, man. That's why it said put on the armor of God. It said you can stand the time,
The wiles of the devil.
Trickery.
Right.
And his main trickery is that you gotta, to the degree you gotta know his laws.
Right.
And you gotta hit him with his laws. Like,
Mhm.
nah, you can't do this to me because your law says this.
Yeah.
You know, this is why they're doing away with the Constitution. You know, people.
And the law library. When you was locked up, maybe I would say a decade ago, you could come out of prison with a law degree. You know what I'm saying? But they stopped a lot of them prison programs because they want what? They want repeat offenders. They don't want you getting out and getting a job and doing the right thing. They make more money off you in prison because what's the 13th Amendment say? It says that slavery is illegal unless what? You commit a crime. And what they do, they make you work and get pennies on the dollar an hour. So they gonna make more money off you.
So down there in Alabama, they got those they got their slaving and fast food restaurants for pennies.
Yeah.
You know, but you'll do it because you know you get to go back in the world and mingle.
Right.
You're not in the cell all fucking
You get
day.
commissary because maybe you're not getting help from outside. That's money for you to survive in there. Like, it's crazy, man. There's levels to this devil. Verse 7. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And until thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass.
Right, so they were, rapping.
Right.
You know, they probably started arguing.
Yeah.
You know, Esau got all jealous and shit. You think you know how people say, you think you better.
Right.
You know, he's hating on him.
You daddy's favorite. Or in this case, he's the Abba, the father, but you know what I'm saying?
He's probably threatening him like, yo, I'm Abe, I'm gonna kill your ass. Abe
Right.
like, man, I'm Lord's gonna protect him. Lord's
Right.
with me.
Right.
Cussing him out.
Right.
Abel was probably cussing his ass out. Like, nigga,
Right.
first of all, you knew what to bring.
Right.
So why would you bring some,
Yeah. It's crazy though when you hear children argue. Like I'll be listening to my little ones and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker know he in the wrong and shit. You know he lying, but it's just funny to hear him arguing. I'm like, yo, this shit crap about my other son. My oldest one be trying to tell the little one, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You knew you was gonna get in trouble. You know you shouldn't have did that. No?
Yep.
And it says, verse 9, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother?
Right. He said he was looking, he already knew the answer to him.
Right.
Because about then, keep going.
Right. And it says, and he said, I know not. He said, am I, the smart ass, am I my brother's keeper?
So he lied.
Right.
He knew where he killed him.
Right. Damn.
Killed him and hid the body. But
Wow.
the blood, he was up there crying to the fall like this motherfucker killed me.
Wow.
See, that's the spirit of Esau today. They do crazy shit and hold themselves not guilty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No accountability.
Accountability. Yeah.
You know, he didn't want to be accountable for killing him, but he wanted to kill him.
Wow.
You know,
But he said that he has come not but to steal, kill, and destroy. You know? In this case, lie.
that too. That's part of his destruction.
Right. It's deception.
You know,
Right.
Just like right now, what's the bald-headed dude name? They was talking with Trump. That
the Hexet, one
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, you see how he was talking, like how they see how they was accusing us, making us seem like we messed up. But you put Jake in that position.
Call him on. Right.
You put Jake in that position for him to act like a savage. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, now y'all want to come down on us and kill us, put us in prison. You know what I'm saying? Do all this wild shit. But you the one who created that.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I'm saying?
created the environment for YNs. It wouldn't be YNs if it wasn't for NWA. Think about it.
Right.
Going back to the 90s, that gangster rap shit. Before that, you had Public Enemy. You had different groups,
Conscious music.
that was
Yeah.
so-called making conscious music. They were saying something.
Right.
You even had Wu-Tang Clan, Killer Priest,
Mm-hmm.
which a lot of those guys, apostles know them. And to a degree, they were putting the truth in their music. you know, with the whole Tupac gangster rap shit. And now you have a YN.
Dog Life.
That's why you watch that. You watch the YouTube. I heard about this on the radio station myself before the YouTube generation. Because you know Chris G, right?
Maybe.
Underground. So he had a rap station back in the days. This was like back in '97. They were saying like how that in the meeting you had dudes and some agents came into these record companies and these on radio stations. They told them like, "Yo, we want this to be played. No more of this, no more of that." There was inching this stuff. I heard this was like back in '97. I was hearing this.
Yeah.
And that guns was pulled on some of the music gazette, like put them like, "Yo, if you do this, we're gonna blah blah blah." Then you speed it up. Crazy Bone talking about it.
Yep.
No joking on him was talking about how that happened back in the '90s.
Yeah.
Back in the '90s, how they came in. They had some white dudes with limousines came in like agents and was telling them what to play, what not to play. Then all these companies start these other like Viacom, like different companies taking over, monopolizing the radio and the movie. And I mean the radio.
It actually started long before that because you got that from what the COINTEL pro with what's his name, Fred Hampton.
Yeah.
You know, because they was like the FJ said, our biggest threat in America or the world today is what? The youth, the black youth in America.
Which is why, because our people is waking up.
Right.
We're not just in America, and we're not black at all, but it's so-called black and brown too.
Right.
That's another reason why they're so heavily trying to get the Northern Kingdom out. But that's the Lord coming down too, because that's gonna make them turn to the Lord. And the brothers are out. Like in Chicago, there's tons of Israelites out there. Like there's camps everywhere. The main
Spanish
camp.
speaking camp. Brothers that, you know what I'm saying? You know, the northern brothers got a camp, you know what I mean?
Yep, that's that you can relate to. So it's no excuse.
Right.
And they're breaking down the word to you in Spanish. So what's going to end up happening, just like it says, the Most High is going to bring Judah back to Ephraim. That's that stick.
Right.
12 tribes coming together, man. That's why we got the sun out here. I think it was a few weeks ago the Manasseh brother came up. You know?
Going back to what we were just saying, not this it's tied into what we were talking about. That Amalek, he had to take over the music industries to put Jake in that violent situation to kill each other and put the drugs out to put him in prison.
Yeah.
Because he had to do that. Because when you go to the scripture of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, he said, "Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners." So they understood that. They the power of the air, man. Saying is the power of the air. So he knew how to get in the psyche of the mind. But they do a diligent search. You know what I'm saying?
Well, music, I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
You know what? No, it goes back to what? King David.
Exactly.
He was
That's
playing
spirit.
the harp for Saul.
That's the
they
spirit.
knew that music can either put spirits on you or take them off of you. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's a weapon. You could use it as a weapon.
Let me see.
Because it puts you in a certain mood. You want to work out, you're going to put on some hardcore. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to put on no R&B love songs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
They did that with tests. They did that test with some lab mice.
Yeah.
They put one mice separate by himself, put like some earphones on them, and they let them music, like heavy metal music, play for time for weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
And they put him back in that same case with the other lab rat,
violent.
and he killed the other one. It was violent.
Then what? You know what showed you that? Damn, they cloned Tyrone. Showed you that too, but they're doing it with people.
Yeah.
They played one song, they started hugging. They played the other song, they started trying to take each other's head off.
Yeah, they showed you in that movie 28 years later. I had watched because the new one came out.
Oh, okay.
So they were showing the older ones, and one of them, I forget what it was, 28 days, 28 years. But they was doing the experiments on the monkeys in this laboratory, and they were showing them videos of violent riots and shit, and those so-called animal activists, they came to break them out, and one of the scientists had stumbled on them trying to break them out. He said, "Don't let them out." He's like, "You don't understand." He says they've been injected with violence. So that made me think about what? The jump shot. He said they've been injected with violence.
Yeah, they call it the rage virus.
The rage virus. Exactly.
You know, well, that shit, like they got something in it. Like going back to the jump shot, you know, they could hit something and people just get all violent, and you know what I mean.
Chemtrail drop.
It's called the actual rage virus. So
Right.
I noticed that people been acting since a lot of people I knew that took that shot, they be acting real on the edge, like real edgy. You know,
Yeah,
You seen it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
From 5 years ago till now, you don't see motherfuckers lose their mind.
Wow.
And people got the nerve to ask, I wonder why times have changed. So you don't make the connection from 2020 when the whole mandate and shit now.
yeah, and people were talking about, I just want things to get back to normal. Well, it's almost 6 years later. Is it shit normal? No, it's worse.
Exactly.
You know, this is First Samuel 16 and 23. And it came to pass when the evil spirit from the Most High was upon Saul, that David took in the harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
Yeah.
That's heavy. So that certain vibrations, instruments you play, has the power to rebuke evil spirits.
Right.
So Esau flipped that, and he takes certain instruments, beats, all right, and to put demonic spirits on you. Then you couple that with music and drugs, it's a wrap.
Right.
Exactly.
You know?
Recipe for destruction, like this.
Yeah.
That's why, like, you know, when you go to certain parties back in the days, certain music, you know, you go, oh, it's time to go.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I
You know
remember
what I'm
that.
saying?
Going to the house party,
Yeah.
you might be looking for a girl, you know, you meet up with a chick there, you go to a
Right.
house party. That shit don't last more than 10 minutes
Right.
before Jake starts shooting it, or it's a
Sure.
huge ass brawl.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only by the grace of the Lord that you was able
Made
to
it out of it.
make it out that shit,
Yeah.
man. I remember one time, dude, he pulled out a fucking 38 right next to me. It was one gang versus another. Somehow the Lord got me out of there, though.
Right. Yeah.
Them shits, we should call
It's
them
a death trap.
Death trap, man.
Right. Yeah.
And I said, nah, I can't do this no more.
Yeah. I remember one time my cousin, you know what I'm saying, we had to get up out this one house party, and you know, I think I got out first, and then he told me how he had to get out. He said, yo, we had to go out the window. And shit, he said, this fat bitch, she had got stuck in the window. He had to kick her ass out the window. Yeah, kick the bitch out the window and shit. You know what I mean? And got up out of there, man.
Yep.
But you know who good for those type of parties? Esau, what they call them, rager party.
Rage.
Or those mosh pits.
Mosh pit.
The sick ass.
Yeah, he started that shit.
Yeah.
A lot of heavy. I remember growing up as a kid, we used to hear certain music, and we used to be like, "Oh, this is double music."
Right.
Now it's niggas.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Now it's your future, your
Right.
you know what I mean, your young thug.
Yeah.
Now niggas make double music. You know?
Now I wonder why, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, that whole sign on the dotted line, you know, the Illuminati, you know what I mean?
Then if
Sell
you-
your soul.
If you listen to the lyrics, it's actually some blasphemous shit. They talking about
Right.
F God or I am God.
Yeah.
I mean, the scripture does say that we're gods, but you know, they're not saying it like that.
Yeah.
It's like a middle finger to the Most High.
Yeah.
It goes back to, like I said, the United States is one big sonogram that Esau got to make a big sacrifice, for, you know, to keep his kingdom going, keep his riches coming.
Yeah.
Somebody got to die. Somebody got to go to jail. Somebody got to do something for him to keep his money coming.
Yeah.
So it's a sacrifice. So everybody be saying that we in the code. Everybody don't know they in the code itself.
Right.
The United States is one big code.
It's a fucking Ouija board, pentagram.
Grand, yeah.
Then it's constant sacrifices going on.
And code is really just short for culture.
Culture.
It's a certain culture aspect of anything.
And it goes into worship. So
Right.
who do you worship?
Right.
You know? 'Cause whether you know it or not, a lot of you're worshiping Satan. You're in the spirit of worshiping the devil.
Right.
We're telling you it's the devil. We're telling you, okay, you can say we're in the cult, but we're worshiping the creator like we're
Right.
supposed to.
Right. Yeah. And it says, verse 10, and he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground.
Yeah, and that's literally still happening because our people are still being killed. And that's why it says in Rev, you have something? Can you get 17? It said, the woman drunken.
Read 17.
I think it's verse 6, or just start at 1. I think it might be verse 6, though.
You said read 7?
17.
Yep. So I saw a woman.
Oh, yep.
Yep. The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 6. And I saw a woman, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
See, that's why we're telling you that the Bible was written in code. Is it talking about an actual woman, like, Ghislaine Maxwell? No. It's talking about, it's talking about a kingdom. It's talking about this kingdom, you know?
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
Meaning what? This is the place where the Israelites, because that's who the saints are being killed. Okay? And even the prophets too. Because brothers are obviously still teaching. So there's brothers that still have to fulfill their lot of being a martyr. We still have to go through the time of Jacob's trouble. So more of our people have to be killed. There have to be more blood that be shed. It's not done yet.
You had to be battle tested, war tested. That's the hour of temptation.
Yep.
I'm saying that's gonna be the ultimate test.
Where you put in that fire.
Right.
And with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh.
See? The martyr means witness. So we're like the witnesses of Yahweh, the miracles he's done, which is why we are here. Because watchmen, if you saw something, you're a witness. Right.
And when I saw her, I wondered with the great aberration.
Now, John, he actually saw a woman, but it's written in code. It's not talking about a woman. It's talking about Babylon.
Right.
Verse 7, and the angel said unto me.
Because what he saw a beautiful woman.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he probably, like, damn, she looked good. Exactly.
It's right there.
The water.
Yeah.
That's what he saw, but it was written in code because it's talking about this place.
An angel, and verse 7, and the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel at will?
Right, because the angel knew, like, man, you know what this bitch about to do. You know about the Most High about to do to her.
Right.
Stone with stone.
Why you mark? Exactly.
Like you do it with a whore. He gonna make a public example because he's gonna have one satellite probably open, and everybody, the other country's gonna watch it. Her get destroyed, get stoned.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna make it to where they see it.
See,
Because we're going back to Rep 18. It says that they started lamenting. Because places like China, which is like a top dog for manufacturing, they're not gonna be able to make money. And there's more. The tariffs are just starting to hit, right? So shit is already high. So you're about to see prices going up more and more. But then they're in another trade war with China. So Trump is just destroying this place, bro. He's going down as the worst president.
Right.
And that's Nero coming back.
Pride is evil.
and the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mysteries of the woman and of the beast that carried her, which have the 7 heads and 10 horns.
This goes back to the NATO and the EU, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, European Union,
Verse 8, the beast thou sawest is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit
Yep.
and go into perdition.
Meaning what? Meaning be destroyed. That's the point on that.
Okay.
You go to 6 and 9.
6 and 9.
Does that tell you what Abel was doing? And a lot of brothers that passed away doing his work, even people that wasn't in the truth, once you die, you now, oh shit. Now you see, like, damn. And now the Lord is showing you. So now they know the truth. So they're crying to the Lord anyway.
Book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 9. And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain in the word of Yahweh, and for the testimony which thou held. Verse 10. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, doest thou not judge to avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
See that? So they up there crying to the Lord to avenge us, man. Send Yahweh Shai back. So we're constantly crying and begging the Lord.
Yeah.
constantly. You know, even the ones of us that so that goes back to Abel blood crying from the ground. You know,
Verse 11. And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as there should be fulfilled.
see that? Go ahead.
Because you know when remember we was telling I had to dream about Yahushua, and you had the dream, but you said the angel told you, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
That goes into that right there.
Yep.
He's like, wait a little while, you know.
Yep.
That's the spirit. Yep.
He said, going back to the dream, he said, the angel said, you gotta wait till your brothers get here.
Here. Yep. Uh-huh.
You know? But that's what, read it again. That's exactly what it's talking about.
Verse 11. And the white robes were given unto every one of them, and was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season.
Right, you gotta just chill, man. Just relax. I know y'all pissed off. You gotta imagine, bro. You know you going back to the spirit world angry.
Right.
Imagine how Abel went. Abel was hot, man.
Right.
You know?
It's like you took it off the game. like, damn, I ain't get to show them off. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh.
Like, man, like, damn, bro, I was just starting to do good. The Lord just blessed me. This nigga killed me.
Just starting.
You know?
Remember Dragon Ball Super when they was playing the games of the mic when they got beaten, they got to sit in the bleachers.
Yeah.
It was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Verse 11, and the white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they should be fulfilled.
Meaning what? They're still, you know, some of us don't have to be killed. And it also goes back to the time of Jacob's trouble too, because a lot of our people gonna be killed, man.
Yep.
But a lot of our people gonna be saved. And also, you can precept that with Thessalonians, where it says, the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. You know?
Verse 12, and I beheld when he had opened his sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth.
So that goes back to the nuclear destruction. That's that full circle. You know?
Of hair, and the moon became as blood. Verse 13, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as the fig tree casteth untimely figs.
That's the nukes falling in at an arc. Because they're going to be shot from the silos. They're going to, you know, the Most High going to make sure they hit that target.
When she is shaken of a mighty wind. Verse 14, and the heavens depart as a scroll.
Which means what? That's the mushroom cloud. So that's talking about a chain of reactions that's going to happen when the nukes are shot. When they hit, it's going to cause a great earthquake. It's going to have the mushroom cloud, destroying wind, the fallout, the water going to become bitter, wormwood.
Right.
Is that nuclear radiation going to affect certain creatures? Some of them might get bigger, deformed.
Right.
Some of them might start, you know.
Yeah.
It says newly created creatures, so that nuclear reaction that actually could create some shit. You know what I mean? Some horrifying looking at shit.
Right.
You know?
Shit, look at the Japs over there from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. The motherfuckers was born with all different kind of defects. You know what I'm saying? That was the atomic bomb. We ain't talking about nuclear. So imagine what's in this little, you know what I'm saying, mosh potter. You know what I'm saying?
So imagine you see a goddamn roach the size of a dog.
Right.
That would scare the shit out you. 'Cause that's something unheard of.
Right.
You know, or a spider the size of a fucking, you know.
When you watch the old Godzilla.
Godzilla effect.
They had the atomic bomb. That's what created Godzilla.
Yeah.
You know, in the original lore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And them other creatures. Because he wasn't just the only largely mutated creature. He had spiders and shit he was fighting.
Right.
And different kind of, you know what I'm saying, creatures, you know what I mean, that really look like insects and animals
Today.
of
like,
this world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They just got hit with that radiation.
Yeah. You know? I got a precept.
Yep,
too.
go ahead.
This is the land, you know, the further the idea of predestinated time. This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heavens.
So Esau, he had his time. He had his time to rule. He had his time to put us in slavery, kick us all in our ass, take our women, hang our men. You know what I mean? He had his time, and now your time is at an end.
Right.
It's it. It's over for your kingdom, man. We see it. It's no future here. You know, we had a time to where all the fucking jobs, ain't no jobs out here. And the reason for that is because AI, they're being replaced by AI. Your dollar ain't worth nothing. A lot of people that are here, they're just living out their car, saving up to move. And you notice with the government shutdown, a lot of flights are being canceled. A lot of these so-called airports, flights are not going out.
Goes back to leaving the world behind, shutting down everything, so you won't be able to leave. I just say on what's that Bronx self? God, we told you to leave, now you can't sleep.
Exactly.
Now you can't sleep.
Yeah, because the borders is not to keep the immigrants out per se, it's to keep you Americans in.
Exactly, but they don't want you to know that.
Right. It's to keep the workforce here, the slaves. Because that whole go back to Africa bullshit, they don't really mean it. That's just, a little cheap shot.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? A poke at you.
Yeah.
But this whole place will collapse if the workforce packed up and left today. You know what I'm saying?
Like they say, America runs on Duncan.
Right.
It runs off the Israelites.
Exactly.
We keep this place going, man.
Right.
And they know that.
Right. Yeah, this place runs off Michael Clark Duncan. The black jakes, the you know what I'm saying, the celebrity, the entertainment, shit, your janitors, you know what I'm saying, your waste management, a lot of them is Jake. You know what I'm saying? Some Edomites, you know what I'm saying, that, ones that think they're Edomites, because a lot of those is like the Irish, that got the little dirty jobs and shit, you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, that was going inside, you saying, the saints that died, and they were crying out like, when, Lord, when you going to avenge us? But it says there's a time and a season for everything.
Now go jump down to verse 8. Saying that chapter, jump down to 8. Right, because that's a great point, because there's a time when Babylon's going to be destroyed. There's a time when the Yahushua going to come back. They're going to implement the market, which that's very close.
Right.
You might, we're 2 months, you actually think about that, how fast this year went?
Yeah, right.
We're 2 months away from 2026.
Right.
And this year started with bang, T
Yeah.
attacks. I'm talking about literally bang,
Right.
explosions and shit. So imagine how next year gonna start, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna come in with a bang.
These years gonna fly, but Lord willing, Most High keep us to where we able, to keep teaching and you have what we need. But these years, we're not gonna be here much longer.
Right.
This is done. These years about to fly, man. No, they say 2030, but we say in the spirit, it's gonna be before that. Because look what's happening. And this is your last president too. You got that?
Yeah. Verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate.
Exactly. We're not in the time to be. We're in the time of loving other brothers, Israelites, and praying for our people. But we ain't in the time where I love Esau. We're trying to save them.
Kumbaya.
We ain't in that spirit.
The hippie spirit.
Right.
Yeah, that hippie spirit don't left. That kumbaya, holding hands and singing motherfucking, you know what I'm saying?
Even trying to get a woman and shit. Because says the love of many shall wax cold. A lot of these women, there's a huge spike in domestic violence.
Right.
Couples offing themselves, people offing their children.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
because it's the end of days. There's demonic spirits out here.
Oh yeah, that's what that devil said too. In that documentary I was watching, State of Hate. It's talking about state of Mississippi. But the Edomite said, yeah, if I saw 6 men, 8 men roughly given a number of multiple men attacking a black woman, he said, I ain't gonna ask, why is they doing that to her? I'm gonna ask, what did she do to make them do that to her? That's how this devil was fucked up in the head. I mean,
Really in the right
you know,
spirit.
he in the right
Yeah,
spirit.
really, really,
This
'cause
nigga's sick.
He about to show you how that's what brother say. He about to show his horn.
Oh, that's what he said too. He said, you want to see the devil? He said, piss one of us off bad enough,
Yep,
and I'm gonna show you the devil.
yep.
That's how sick this fucker is.
And he
This
mean
boy
that.
is, man.
And
He mean that
And
shit.
you, bro, you got a book called The Delectable Negro.
Right.
So you talk about the depths of Satan.
Yeah.
Man, this shit gonna be worse. Because this is last chance to get us.
This
Yeah.
is last hero. You know,
So he might have Jake somewhere munching on him.
yeah, that's
You know?
scary because Wilson was bringing that out last night. That they gonna eat on Jay. Esau gonna eat on
Well,
Jay.
shit, they eating on us now. You know what I mean? Figuratively. You know what I'm saying? Physically, but like, what do you call it? Digestive wise, he gonna be feeding on, cannibalists.
Yeah, because
You know what I
that's
mean?
gonna make a huge comeback. Because we coming upon the days to where you're not gonna be able to access food.
Right.
Because the government's gonna control it.
Right. Consumption wise, yeah.
And even the food they do give you, it might be bugs. It ain't gonna be,
It ain't gonna be
what you think.
that butterball, turkey.
There ain't gonna be no steak and potatoes, man. These devils are actually talking about giving you bugs and shit.
Yeah. You're gonna want Chinese food. It's gonna be a Chinese man.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 24. But unto you, I say unto the rest of Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, which have not known the depths of Satan, as the speak I will put upon you upon the other burdens. You see, he said, going to you understand the depths of Satan by reading the scriptures. It goes, I'll tell you how wicked this man is. 2/3 of our people don't know the depths of Satan, man. They don't know what level he's gonna take this shit to.
Right.
What he's doing. You tell the motherfucker that you eating fucking babies at McDonald's, they'll tell you, yeah, man, that's that conspiracy thing. I don't believe that. They don't
Why
understand.
would they do that?
Yeah.
Why would they put babies in burgers? Not
Yeah.
knowing it's a satanic
Same
ritual.
ritual.
That's
Yep.
how sick this man you call a white man is. He really red.
He's sick, bro.
Yeah.
Like when it says a vessel unto dishonor, that's exactly what he is.
Right.
So this doctrine right here gives you our doctrine will teach you, it shows you the depths of this man.
Until you Edomites, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Yep.
We ain't talk about you, then shut the fuck up. Why you worried about it? You know what I'm saying? You don't know that your counterpart evil? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's because the word is sharper than any two-edged sword. They can't help but to get cut.
Right.
You know
No?
what we had back in Genesis.
That's why it said this man of sin must be revealed.
Yep.
You gotta reveal him.
And through this,
Set your face against Mount Seir and prophesy.
that's why he also said, if he's not the devil, then where who is?
Who is?
Exactly.
Nah, this is the most sides like this is the devil I created.
Right, right.
This
right,
is
right,
him.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
And,
I like how you said that. Like, yeah, this is the devil I created.
and he's doing his job.
Yeah.
We identifying your ass. We're letting you know who you are, and we're letting you know who we are.
Right.
And we're telling you that you're going back to being a servant. Right now you're on the loose.
Right.
You're like a runaway.
Well, that's what he was. He was made a vagabond. You know what I'm saying? He was made to roam the earth. You know what I'm saying? Not really having a homeland. That's why he pillages and takes other people's lands and name them after himself. Out of that jealousy, because he comes from out the mountains. He has no heritage. Verse 11. And now art thou cursed from the. There you go. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
See, that goes back to what you were saying earlier about the soil, the Babylonian soil being cursed.
Right.
It goes back to when you shed Abel's blood, the Most High cursed you. So you could till the ground, you could work the ground, but it's not going to benefit you how it would benefit us.
Right.
You know?
Boy, like in the what? Land of milk and honey. It's gonna flourish. It's gonna overflow. You know what I'm saying? Let
Yo.
your cup overflow it.
Yo, that's the spirit because I remember I was in high school. You know how you do the agriculture, you do
Yeah.
plants and all that.
Yeah.
My
Horticulture.
Oh yeah, what you call it?
Horticulture.
Horticulture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my teacher, Miss Finity, Edomites, chick. I see this for myself. For years, man, we was doing plants. Everybody in the class at Jake, of course, she was, plants was growing. Hers
Right.
wasn't growing.
Damn.
Yup.
She had a black thumb.
Yeah, she's like,
Oh,
and she
great
said that.
thumb.
She said it. She's like, I don't know what's going on to me. She's like, I don't know what's going on, but
Right.
what I be trying to do is my tree's not growing for something I'm not doing right. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? I was like,
Oh,
wow.
that's crazy.
And then one of the sisters that's from church, see, some of these Christians know, from my generation, they knew. She was like, because God don't curse her hand.
Right. You remember that Jake that
Yeah.
came last week or 2 weeks, 2 camps ago, and he rubbed on a tree?
Yeah.
He said, this is what I want to do. He said, I want to get energy from the tree.
Tree.
Yeah.
So the earth naturally coheses with us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Naturally, like, who was that? George Washington Carver.
Yeah.
The guy that Jake that invented the peanut butter, and
Yeah.
like the White House brought him in to help with the food scarcity.
Yeah.
And he was able to help grow, crops properly.
That's probably then you coming back helping them with the harvest because Babylon was
The 7 years of famine.
famine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was it?
Joseph.
Joseph, my bad. Joseph.
Yeah. That's
Egypt.
Jake. Yeah,
Yep.
that's Jake, man. Form of all things.
Yep.
No? And it says, unto her strength, a fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth.
Yep, that's what we were saying earlier.
Yep.
Go back to Rev 18. You get Ecclesiastes 12. Gonna get a couple more precepts. I got something. Oh, what? You got something? Oh, go ahead.
When we went into, we kind of fast.
Oh,
But it went into what we was talking about, where it was, Ecclesiastes 3.
Oh, yeah, verse 8.
Okay. Yeah. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace.
So right now, we're not in a time of peace. We're in a time of war. Chicago, them people are at war right now. And what's happening in Chicago, that's coming to every major city, mainly where our people are at, but that's coming to a city near you too. Because the Lord says he's going to make Egyptian going against Egyptian. If you pay attention to what's happening, he got the guard from Texas, which is a red state.
Right.
They're invading Illinois, which is a blue state.
Right.
So that's just like what it calls for. I shall make city against city,
Yeah.
neighbor against neighbor. So shit's about to pop off. We're already in a civil war. They're just not calling it that. But that's what that is.
Right.
No?
Can a nation stand that is divided?
Hell no.
Rhetorical question.
Let me bring this out. This is from End Time Headlines. It says, update, Philippines rocked by strong aftershock tsunami warning following a 7.4 earthquake. So that's your earthquakes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Diverse places.
Your uproars of the people, your war, rumors of war, it's all here.
All the signs
You
point
know?
towards what? Babylon is falling.
And this is going back to Cain's curse, which we was talking about. From Natural News, it says farmers bear the brunt of government shutdown as political gridlock prioritizes immigration over agriculture. So these farmers are suffering. That's the spirit.
Ecclesiastes 12.
Yep.
Start from
Start. Yep.
Book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth.
Yeah, like a perfect example is that Jeremiah. The Lord called him as a young man. Yeah, how should I too? He was only 12. He said, I'm about my father's business. A young man.
David.
David.
King David.
the evil days come not.
Because a lot of people, they'll wait till they get on their deathbed. They done lived the whole life of wickedness.
Right.
And now you just accept Jesus in your heart and you're saved. It don't work like that.
Right.
First of all, that's the wrong name.
Right. It's a false doctrine.
Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. And when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
So and that's twofold. That's talking about when you get old and you can't really enjoy life no more. You start losing your eyesight, you can't walk like you used to. But for now, we can say it's for what's coming. Because we coming into some days of famine. You ain't gonna be able to enjoy it because you won't be able to nourish yourself. And then you gotta watch others around you that you love starve. So a lot of men, they gonna feed their wife and children. So and then they gonna starve. They trying to make sure they eat. Then a lot of these women, they gonna eat their children. So that's the evil days: famine, war, pestilence. Being tortured in camps. That's the evil days that's coming.
While the sun or the light of the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
That goes to the stock market. People that watch economic trends, things of that nature. Let me bring this out just to make the point. This is from usatoday.com. It says Trump fulfills threats. Damn. It changed it up on me. Okay, here it goes. Okay. President Trump's administration made good on a threat to fire thousands of federal workers. So these jobs are people losing their jobs, man. So how you supposed to take care of yourself? So, people who watch the stock market, things of that nature, they're seeing this. So they see that this country is collapsing. So they're trembling. Read that part again.
Verse 2.
No, I think it's 3.
3, okay. In the days when thy keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves.
That goes into his military. Because right now he's trying to put the spirit back in the military to be masculine, manly, get in shape. No more, alphabet, no more transformers, fat generals. They ain't gonna work. The Most High still gonna put a spirit on them to where they're born to fight.
Grinders and the grinders cease because there are few.
Yep, there are few jobs. The grinding is you're working. And we all know that song Clips Grinding. It's talking about putting in work in.
Right.
You work throughout the week, say I'm on the grind. So that's talking about you're working. But that applies to your 9 and 5, all levels. I saw this one Jake video, he said even the drug dealers are broke. So this is affecting everybody.
Well, yeah, because you gotta really realize what happens with the whole chain of money exchanging. People go to work, right? They go to work, so they get what you call legal tender, saying what they go take their money to the local drug dealer. They get their drugs,
So
they
it's
get
like
their
all
marijuana.
connected.
It's all connected. So if the people out of jobs, out of work, then how the drug dealer gonna eat? And then they got the legalization of marijuana.
Yep.
And so it's gonna be cocaine next.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So shit gonna really be crazy.
The drug dealers like the bottom feeders.
Yeah, they feed off society.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now them niggas are broke. So shit bad.
Right.
So you can expect crime. Oh, another aspect, I think if it continues another week, people gonna lose their food stamps.
Yeah.
So you can expect there to be a heavy increase in all crime.
Mm-hmm.
Because when people can't eat, that's what's really going to force these Americans, because it's called the Food and Drug Administration, because a lot of the food you eat is actual drugs. So that's really going to push people over the edge. Back in this article from USA Today, it says Mr. Trump's admin made good on a threat to fire You check the audio, brother? Yeah. Want to make sure it's good. Okay, it's good. Yeah. Yeah, check it anyway, though. Says make good on a threat to fire thousands of federal workers, with agencies sending reduction in force notifications to federal workers heading into the weekend. The 47th has threatened mass firings for almost 2 weeks if Democrats did not agree to its terms to fund the government when its admin pulled the trigger on the 11th day of the federal shutdown. So it was day 11 of the shutdown, man. All right. The president said the layoffs hit Democrat-oriented areas of the government without saying how many people have been fired. It will be a lot of people, all because of the Democrats. So what they're doing, they're playing the blame game. They got you thinking it's the blue states. So you know what's happening? These people who are red states are Republican. They now going to be like, it's your fault. You know, so that's putting, that's the vision right there. You know? Still good?
Yeah. Okay. The precept is about to put out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good.
Well, this is Naquan 777, and this is Psalms 9 and 16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which executed the wicked snared in the work of his own hands.
Yeah, but that's Esau. The Most High gonna have him be when he try to fulfill his new world order. The Most High is gonna throw a monkey wrench in it, and the Most High gonna have him destroy himself with his own nukes. You know. I'll keep going. No.
Ecclesiastes 12.
Yeah, I think it's verse 3.
In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because there are few, those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Meaning people that are watching and they're see, you know, even regular people are starting to see that there's no future here. You know, it's nothing, you know.
Promises.
There's no light at the end of the tunnel.
The American dream. Yeah.
Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets.
And that goes into your banks. A lot of you don't have a lot of bank closures, run-on banks. Shit, a lot of these supermarkets are gonna close. A lot of these jobs, you might go to work one day and the bitch is just closed.
Right.
You know, you like, damn, what happened?
I don't know if this is true, but I know yesterday somebody put it up on Instagram, but some email on TikTok saying that the IRS buildings is closed.
Oh yeah.
People people just firing people. People came back to work and shit was closed.
Yeah,
Shut down.
Federal, that and the layoff.
So that means that we got a debt that we owe the IRS is not
right.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Right.
well they've already experienced a high level of what they call them back filings or orders, cases that they can't keep up with. So imagine now, with less workers.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, and that was one of DJT's targets anyway, was the Fed. He had an issue with them from when they were trying to indict him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he got a vendetta.
Yep.
Like, oh, y'all try to fire me? I'm gonna fire y'all.
Yep.
See how you like it.
Yep.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
Meaning what? There's no jobs. You know.
And he shall rise up at the voice of the word.
Meaning it's no, you know, you ain't gonna be, you know, it's no point for you to set an alarm clock. You know, because you don't have nowhere to go. You know.
And all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
We was talking about that earlier too. This fucking music. It's all demonic. You know. This is from Yahoo Finance. It says there are more Americans out of work than there are jobs. All right. There are more Americans out of work than there are jobs open for the first time since April 2021. There are more unemployed Americans than open jobs for the first time since 2021, according to government data released Wednesday. The latest JOLTS report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics showed that the ratio of job vacancies to unemployed workers fell below 1 to 0.99 in July, the lowest since April 2021, when the ratio was 0.96. Unemployed workers are staying out of work for longer, even as layoffs remain low. Not now, not with the shutdown. That just spiked it. That just spiraling shit further out of control, man. This suggests the shift is less about an increase in people losing jobs and more about a decline in job openings. And there's something called ghost jobs too.
About to say that. Right, yeah. Yeah, because there's jobs that'll be like up and running, and you might even like click on it and apply for it, and then the shit no longer.
Yeah, I
You know
see
what I'm
it
saying?
happening. Yup.
No, it's no longer. You know what I'm saying? It inspired or some shit.
Yep. It says ghost job, a fake job or phantom job is a posting for a non-existent or already filled position.
Oh,
So you think like, oh
Yeah.
shit, Lord, I'm gonna
Yeah.
apply, but you don't know that
Yeah.
that's a ghost job. The
Yeah.
position already filled, or they're really not gonna hire you.
You know what that is too? That's part of this man's image because I think I was working at some type of grocery store years ago, and one of the managers said, when the product is low, what you want to do is you want to pull the shit from the back and pull it to the front to make the shelves look full,
Yep.
to make it look full. So it's an
It's
illusion.
an illusion.
So that's those job boards like Indeed. What is the other ones out there? Zip Recruiter.
Yep.
You know, so they want to make their website look like it's popping. Oh, we got jobs. You talking about? It's all kind of jobs. Just swipe down. You know what I'm saying? But those jobs, just to make it look good. The upper side. You know what I'm saying?
Meanwhile, a lot of people that have been applying, they've been applying since January. You might apply to 800 jobs, you might only get like 20 interviews if
Right.
you're lucky. But out of all those interviews, ain't nobody telling you got a position.
And that's Esau too. He want to use that shit against Jake, talking about, oh, it's jobs out here. Motherfuckers just lazy. They don't want to work. There's plenty of jobs hiring. Yeah, bullshit.
Call the number and shit loud to order. Like,
Right.
number no longer working.
Right.
Like,
So I go to show you the state of Babylon, man. And on top of that, your dollar is constantly losing value.
Right.
All right. And Mr. 47th, all right, speaking in code, right? He's making sure that it says, check this out. It says in the first half of 2025, the US dollar saw the steepest decline in over 5 decades. The DXY index, which tracks the dollar against the major trading partners, fell about 11% from January to June, marking the end of a decade-long rally that began in 2010 and had delivered nearly 40% cumulative gains. So the dollar's it's not worth nothing.
so we all gonna be broken.
Yep, same tax bracket.
Yeah. You know, you got ego called dude broke. That's new word now, brokies.
But that's them.
Yeah.
You're the broke one.
Yeah.
No, you got to sell if you're a box, but how you know what I mean? Like, what you gonna do when men don't have money?
Yeah, what you gonna do when
Because you rely, because you might say you're independent,
right,
but how independent are you when your whole existence is based off a man
right.
that has substance?
But what you gonna do when there's no vaginal feminine wash and your halfway semi decent smell good is gone? When your underarm hair and shit start looking like, you know what I'm saying, Tyrone and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hate to get graphic, but it's a reality.
Yeah, it's a reality
You know what I'm saying?
that's gonna soon become,
Yeah.
you know.
Guess what? You gonna get what you want. I don't need no man. I'll be by you gonna be by yourself looking like that. You gonna get exactly what you want.
Looking like the bearded lady and shit. You know what I'm saying? When there ain't no more razors and shit.
Makeup,
You know what I'm saying?
weave.
Hairy ass legs.
Let's get Isaiah 19. We're ended there.
Continue with this one.
That was the point. Yeah, man, it's over, man.
Right.
It's over. All praise to y'all about sending out a shot.
Lord.
You know, this might be a bumpy ride, but at the end of the day, the Lord's He's gonna be with us. That's our faith. You know.
Right. Start at 1.
Yep.
This is Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt.
But that's Babylon the Great. That's written in code. It's not talking about Cairo, Egypt, or Alexandria, Egypt.
Right.
It's talking about this place.
Kemet.
You know.
Behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth. The Lord Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai rideth upon a swift
But
cloud.
that's talking about the second coming.
Right.
The Lord is gonna give Yahweh Shai, okay, it's time to go back now.
Right.
He's gonna come back with Michael, our angel, all right? What you might call a mothership, but it's actually a fathership,
Right.
you know?
Ship before ship. Right. And shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
Yeah, on Independence Day, show you that how the chariot destroyed the White House.
Right.
So all this shit is gonna be destroyed, man.
Yeah.
People gonna have heart attacks and shit. It's gonna be the scariest time, and it's gonna be something that everybody sees.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be a world event. You know what I'm saying? Like what they call that world end event. It's the time. Yeah. And it says, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
So that's their mind, their council,
Right.
you know, their leadership, their ideas.
Right.
They're not gonna know what to do. You know, you talk about a golden dome to protect, you know, from nukes.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing you be able to do to fight against the Lord
Yeah.
or men with spiritual power. You know.
Yeah. And that's actually talking about the lifeblood that gets pumped around in this place. Because the heart, like you can survive being brain dead, but you can't survive if your heart stops. So once your heart stops, it's over for everything. You know what I mean? 'Cause that pumps the blood through all your arteries.
And that's kind of like the truckers.
You know
And
I'm
what you're
saying?
seeing, these truckers are not moving. So how shit gonna get in the stores?
Right.
You see?
Right. And it says, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
And there you go. That's what's happening. You know, just like I said, you got the governors or mayors of Chicago, Portland, Oregon. They're suing the Trump administration. Pretty soon you're gonna have states starting to succeed or recede. However you say it. You already got red states. You know, pretty much going in blue states.
I heard it in Chicago too. And the ICE, they're not ICE going into the restaurant trying to eat. They ain't serving.
Yep,
They towing their cars and shit. And they parking their cars. They towing.
Yep, they being targeted. They becoming, you know,
Yep.
Yeah.
people hate ICE, man. People hate them.
And really, it ain't red and blue. It's Jacob against Esau. That's what it boils down to. Let's just cut to the chase. It ain't no fucking political. That's just the skies. They want to mask it with. Nah, it's who hate niggas the most. Know what I'm saying?
But then even with that, the Mossad's gonna make Esau fight. He gonna make them fight each other.
Right.
You know, and Esau really Jake ain't really into that shit anyway.
Right.
Esau's into that. I'm a
Right.
Republican.
Yeah.
I vote Democrat.
Yeah. Because
But he identifies Jake as Democrat because a lot of these places where our people are blue states. Hell, New York is a blue state.
Right.
But I really think there's more Republicans here than Democrats, but that's Esau's witchcraft.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. It's deception. And it says,
Yeah, this place is completely confused because how you go to another state and the laws and shit, everything's different.
Exactly.
That's confusion.
Exactly.
Totally confusing. And New York is one of the worst states you can, you know, try to live in.
Right.
But growing up, you would think, you know, this is the place to be. It's the best place.
Right.
You know?
Right. New York City, Statue of Liberty, Times Square.
That goes back to what Daniel 9, Daniel 7 statue with the part broken, part strong, or
Yep.
something like that.
Partly strong, partly spoken.
Right. Because what? We are in the Empire State.
Right.
So that speaks volume in itself. That's the whole Star Wars shit. The Empire Strikes Back. You know what I'm saying? So I what? New York City is what, one of the largest cities in the world. We ain't just talking about the country. We talking about what Tokyo models itself after New York City. You know what I'm saying? All these big Dubai, you know what I'm saying? All they get all the blueprint from New York City.
Yep.
Okay?
It's like the Mecca,
It's the Mecca of all cities. You
the
know what I'm
World
saying?
Trade Center.
The great city. You know what I mean? And it says, and they shall fight every one against his brother.
And that's what's happening. It's going to increase more and more. You know, I'm hearing Edomites all over talk about civil war now.
Right,
You know, and then how, you know, shit's about to pop off where they at.
right.
You know,
MOTV been talking about a lot lately.
yeah, yep.
Even the Iscom brother that played
Little Joker, Big
Yeah.
Joker.
yeah, he was talking about it hard. He played in he was playing did he play I know he played in Training Day too.
Oh, yeah.
He was in
Yeah.
Training Day.
Yeah, he played on Friday. Yeah, that was Big Joker. But yeah, you know, and they all watching, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know. They just don't, they can't. They got a gag order. So they can't say, oh, you know, he mentioned the Bible. I saw the clip. I think he's on Drink Champ. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned the Bible. He said it's right in Revelations. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they can't really go into, because I think who's that on there? I think Coogee Rap was on there talking with Nori. And he was saying about the Israelites and
Yeah,
stuff.
he-
You know what
that's
I'm
why he
saying?
hasn't really been trying to do too much music, really.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
all that the industry is with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
But that shows you that the Most High got prophets, and he got people that they can't really go into because they ain't the prophets. The Most High
Right.
got men he want to go
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna become so evident, so apparent, it's undeniable. You're gonna be like, oh
Right.
shit, this is what the Bible was talking about.
Right.
You know, that goes back to the digital ID. Now, I'm not saying that that's the rights device, but it is a prelude to it. It is warming you up. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be able to work without a digital ID. That links up with
Right.
Revelation.
Well, that's what he was talking about. He said they want to make it to where on certain levels they can always go back and say, hey, you always been dealing with like a digital
Exactly.
chip.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Just put it in your body. That way you can't lose it. You know what I'm saying? But the downside of it is, the more sinister part, I would say, is that what? They can cut off all your known connection to the free world, society, if you will. You know what I mean? Your ability to pay your bills or even kill you. That's what, you know, brothers is really getting into, the grievous sword. You know what I'm saying?
Let me bring this up. This is from skynews.com. It says the countries where digital ID already exists. So Keir Starmer announced last week that all UK citizens are to have mandatory ID to prove their right to live and work in the country. Now, I believe it went to Russia. You know, before you know, it's going to be coming to Babylon the Great.
Right.
You know, it says as the UK gears up to make digital ID mandatory for all UK citizens across the globe, similar schemes already exist. You know, countries where which already have some form of digital ID, which I believe is Canada, a lot of countries in Africa, China, you know,
United Kingdom,
UK,
Switzerland,
yep.
Norway.
EU countries that are set to roll out digital ID in 2026 are really the whole UK. Germany, France, Spain, Greece, you know. So we're here, man. It's close. It's not much longer. You know, and all praise Yahweh Shem El Shad that we're in the know. You know?
Now, we are in the last days of the last days. You know what I mean?
These dumbass Christians talking about how you say it? A rapture.
Right.
You know, you know how much stuff has to happen before, you know,
Right.
you ain't gonna just float into the heavens.
Right.
But that proves that this is hell because people want to escape.
Right. And it says, wow. And it says, and they shall fight every one against his brother.
So y'all gonna fight, and the Most High said, "Can you get?" I think it's Matthew 12:25. A house divided against itself will not stand.
Right.
And that's we seen that shit. I experienced it. You got a house with your woman, y'all constantly fighting, the argument, no agreements.
Right.
Eventually, somebody's gonna leave, or you might have to kick her out.
Yeah. Yeah.
The house ain't gonna stand.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
I saw that last night when I had went to the grocery store. Little Jake, Eve was standing at the gate, you know, at the front door, and she calling her man. She know she got on speakerphone, and she like, where you at? You know, talking all loud and aggressive, demanding, talking. And he said somebody he left, and she like, why you leave? She was like, I was just going in and coming back out, and you could tell that it was like tension. Cause she was yelling at him, he was yelling back at her. I was like, oh, it sounded like somebody about to break up. You can tell. It's like, yo, when it's constant feuding, motherfucker, you know, the honeymoon phase is over. Like, okay, you ain't no more baby. He's like, what, bitch? Fuck you want? What you said?
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 25. Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then this kingdom stand?
That's exactly what's happening. Satan is casting out Satan. So how they supposed to keep ruling? How that work?
Right. Where they do that at?
You know?
Right. You know, as history has shown us, if history was to repeat itself, right, Rome all over. Yep. And it says, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. The war. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof.
So fail.
Excuse me.
You know?
In the midst thereof. And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek, and they shall seek to the idols. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they going, keep going.
Yeah, and the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits.
Go ahead.
That idols could be their AI.
Yep. That's one of the major idols because they're putting everything.
Yeah.
They're putting a lot of heavy dependence on AI. A lot of things is going digital. You know.
Yeah.
So, but ain't nothing gonna work.
No.
The Lord saying nothing gonna work. No amount of sacrificing you could do, because that's ramping up too. You know.
That's like their crystal ball.
Yeah.
If you will, that AI, because you know they would rub the crystal ball and ask the questions and shit. But I was at work and I had stopped at this one place I go to, and we was talking, me and a receptionist lady, there was two of them, and we was pondering a question. I forgot the question was, but I was like, well, shit, if you want to know the answer to it, I said just ask AI. And she was wise enough to know. She was like, I ain't asking that, nothing. Like that. She like, oh no. I said, yeah, because it's gonna replace pretty much humans.
Yep.
Because she went into saying it. She was like, yeah, because the more you ask it, the more it starts to actually like get like human, you know, feelings and information. So maybe you teach
it starts to learn you.
Exactly.
You teach it.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually a spirit.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like the Urim and Thummim, what the priests had. Right. You know, but it's given back to us now. You know, Richie from Boston, which is a conspiracy, said it's a demon, which actually it is. But they, you know, the men of the Lord are able to deal with it to some degree. That's why you might see the apostles using it, brothers using it, because you know the Lord say, I have given you power over unclean spirit.
Right.
So we can use it, but we using it for the right hand side anyway. We're only using it to substantiate what we're already saying.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's the FUBU effect, right? The scripture says nothing you can do against the truth or for the truth. So and everything what they say, it says there's no such thing as bad publicity. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like a kung fu style. Like it's
Yeah.
a kung fu style that anything they touch, they can use as a weapon.
Yep.
Right.
They can use this book as a weapon. They can use a bowl and chopsticks. You see them fighting with
Right.
chopsticks in the bowl.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right. But it says the screwdriver can be used what? To screw in a screw, or you can stab somebody, you know what I'm saying, in the eye with it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Depends on how you're using it, right?
Yep.
Or anything we touch, it could come valuable to us.
Right. And it says, and to the wizard, verse 4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord.
And that's Mr. Trump.
Right.
Got the goddamn
DJT.
shutdown, but he doing it, but he blaming the Democrats.
Right.
But you got the power to overturn it. If you got the power, you know what I mean? You're the
Yeah.
president. How you know what I mean?
Right. You know what it is? They sore losers. So they don't care what happens at this point. They know that this place is crumbling. So they just doing every little thing to destroy it. Like he said, we're fighting a war from within.
Yes.
So they're trying every little thing to try to get their power back to what? Make America great again. It ain't gonna never be great again. It never
It's
was
over,
great.
Esau. The days are numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Countdown.
Brother good.
Nah.
With that, want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Lord willing, is edifying. Shalom.
Wow. Yeah.
Great edifying camp today.
Count. You know?
It was very edifying. Where's the Quran?
Eddie, why you call me animal? Oh yeah.
Oh man, this is crazy.
God,
I didn't
Lord,
get
you tell.